Hello and welcome to Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast, formerly On the Couch with Steve. The reason for the name change is because we own Ipswich Real Estate. I'm the only person who's consistently putting out quality content relating to the Ipswich real estate market. Now, as always, this podcast deals with the complex world of navigating, buying and selling real estate, predominantly here in Ipswich. That's why we're Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast. I'm Steve Athanades. I'm the owner of NGU Real Estate. I'm joined today by Kira from River 949. I forgot your last name. As usual.
That's okay.
Rutledge, Knightley. Which one is it again? Kira from River College, that's it. Kira College from River 949. Love Kira too, by the way. Just forget her last name occasionally. Hello. After that great introduction.
It's all right. I can now be like Cher. I only need one name.
Correct. Kira. Everyone, Kira. So obviously we're going to discuss the results for January 2025. Isn't it strange saying 2025?
Really strange.
But here we are. 2024 is behind us and we're going to talk about what happened in January 2025.
Yes.
What questions did you have for me?
So, obviously, it's getting hot outside at the moment.
Very hot.
Is the Ipswich real estate market just as hot?
Okay, you won't believe how hot the market is right now. To give you an idea, and I'll give you a snapshot and a comparison of what we did in January 25 versus what we did in January this year. So, in January 2025, we sold, let me check my hand, 58 properties in 31 days.
Wow.
So to put that in context, in January 2024, we sold 24. So our sales are up 140% compared to what they were in January 2024.
Amazing.
Okay, gets better. The total sales value of what we sold in January 2024 was $16 million worth of Ipswich real estate.
Right.
In January 2025, believe it or not, probably need a drum roll for this one, we sold $45.6 million worth of Ipswich real estate. So that revenue is up $29 million compared to last year. So yes, to my team, to this amazing beast called NGU Real Estate, to all of our offices, and we've got plenty of them, obviously Forest Lake, Greater Springfield, Ripley, Ipswich and our Brassel office and our Carrollee office, $45.6 million worth of Ipswich real estate. So to our team, congratulations. To the people of Ipswich, thank you. Without you, we couldn't do this.
No.
But we are so excited. So that gives you an idea of how hot the market is.
It's very hot.
Yeah, extremely. So obviously we've got the announcement in relation to interest rates coming up on the 18th of February.
Yes.
Okay, so not too far away, about 2 weeks away from where we are today.
Yeah.
So all four big banks are now tipping a rate cut. Originally it was 2 banks, then it became 3 banks. Now all 4 of the big banks are tipping a rate cut.
Wow.
Can you believe it? We're talking about a rate cut that could actually happen in February. But we'll stay tuned. You have to listen to and watch Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast, formerly On the Couch with Steve, to find out what's going to happen.
Yes, stay tuned.
Yes. Listed properties.
Yes, tell me. Okay, so what's that looking like?
Again, amazing. In January 24, we listed 24 Ipswich properties for sale. So just slightly under one a month.
Yeah.
In January 25, we listed 59 properties. So slightly under 2 a day.
Wow.
So as you can tell, January, if I look tired, it's because I am tired. You should be on the inside. We've been running like lunatics, but 59 properties listed in January. So again, to our team, congratulations to Ipswich. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a lot of hours.
Yeah, we've been busy. Absolutely run off our feet.
That's fantastic.
It is good. I'm pretty pleased with the whole thing, truthfully.
Yeah, and so we now know what sort of numbers we're looking at. We know how you guys are doing. How's the Ipswich market overall doing? Is it still, ticking along? Are we still seeing an increase in the number of people listing their properties, or is it just an NGU anomaly?
We always defy the market trend because we're the number one selling agency. But it's a great question you ask. And generally speaking, it's weird, after listing 59 properties in 31 days, stock levels are still down. So it's still surprising that we still haven't got back to historical levels where we would expect to be in January.
Yeah.
We're in summer, this is our peak selling season, but stock levels are still lower. And believe it or not, myself and all of our agents, even after listing 59, are all still complaining that we feel like there should be more stock on the market, and we can definitely handle more listings. We'd love the opportunity. There's a lot of buyers out there and not enough stock to sell them.
Right.
Because remembering, 95 to 99% of all the houses that we sell go into what we call multiple offer. So there's either 1, 2, 3, or 10 people trying to buy the house at the same time. They've all submitted offers, and the owner effectively gets to choose either the most money, the best terms, or both, but the seller gets a choice of who they want to actually sell their property to. So you can only ever do that in a market where there is an undersupply of stock.
Yeah.
So we have too many buyers and not enough houses to sell. So if you're watching Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast, please, please, please list your house with NGU Real Estate. We'd love to help you.
Well, I mean, you are getting record numbers with your sales.
Correct.
So what sort of properties have you been selling in January?
Everything. We've had a real mix. So the bottom end, and when we talk about the bottom end of real estate here in Ipswich these days, very rare to get. Only things that would be under 500,000 would be a unit, maybe a townhouse, a block of land. If it was a house, it would be in extremely poor condition. If you could get something under 500, but it generally doesn't exist. We've talked about this a lot. Median house price here in Ipswich now is it's right around 680,000.
Wow.
So you really get no change out of 700 grand to buy a average house here in Ipswich. I'm currently marketing a property, an exceptional property out at Perga. It's on the market for offers over 2.7 million. So that's obviously top end. Now, obviously, we don't sell those all day, every day. There's a select group of buyers who can afford that property, but I promise you there's some quality in there, some people really looking to secure, I guess, what is truly the ultimate trophy home.
Yeah.
It's an acreage property with 55 acres with town water. So if you're interested in that one, let me know. If you've got 2.7 laying around. For those of you who don't, there are properties that are cheaper than that, of course, but every single price point is strong. Our premium suburbs are obviously enjoying premium prices. We're now regularly seeing properties, even now in Flinders View, Grammar Park in Brassel. A lot of those properties, low set bricks, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, sometimes pool, shed, regularly going over $1 million.
Wow.
I just sold a property in Grammar Park Estate in Brassel. We set a new suburb record in there. That property sold for $1.2 million. That eclipsed the previous record sale by $101,000.
Yeah.
It was listed at offers over $1,150, and I sold it for $1.2, so $50,000 over list price. And the recommended list price would have already been the suburb record.
Yeah.
So that market is very strong. Entry-level properties, so stuff in the $600,000 to probably $800,000 price point. Strong demand from first homeowners, because obviously first homeowners can buy up to $700,000 these days and not pay stamp duty.
Yeah.
They can't go 1 cent over, so a lot of them will stop and they'll go right to their limit at 700, but you get a lot of competition in that 600 to 700 range because of first homeowners. Investors are very, very prevalent in our marketplace right now. There's a lot of people who see Ipswich as a growth destination.
Yeah.
So they're coming here looking for capital gain, and we've seen, what we've talked about previously, we've seen capital gains in the sort of 12 to 15% per annum here in Ipswich. So a very, very exciting time, but it's really strong competition in 6 to 800. And then as you move up past 800 into the $8 to $1 million and plus, they're second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th home buyers.
Yeah.
So they're discerning buyers who know what they want and they're looking for specific products. When they find that specific product, because there's very few of them, they will pay a premium in order to secure. So every section of our market is very, very strong.
That's incredible. So now that we sort of know what that's all looking like, we've touched on the fact that 12 to 15% was our growth. Are we still expecting to see that growth? Obviously, taking into consideration the strong possibility of a rate cut coming.
Yeah, look, I do see Ipswich house prices continuing to rise. Obviously, the proof will be in the pudding, clearly, but there's nothing stopping them. I believe if we do get that first cut, that will bolster consumer confidence. We will see buyers, I think, really relish the fact that the rates are potentially on the way down.
Yeah.
I think we will see more than one cut once they initially do start. So that will help people's levels of affordability. We've talked previously on the podcast about if interest rates dropped by 0.5%, a borrower's buying capacity goes up by 50,000. If the rates dropped 1% their buying capacity would increase by 100,000, which is very significant. So if we got those sorts of cuts, I definitely believe house prices will rise. How quickly? Obviously, I'm an expert, but I don't know everything. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But obviously, based on past trends that we've seen over the last couple of years, I definitely think increases in that sort of 9 to 14% are very, very possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a strong time.
Okay, so if I'm looking to get into the market and there's a possible rate cut, what are my chances of actually purchasing a house? That obviously means, from what you're telling me, more people are coming to the market if the rates drop. We might not see an increase in stock levels. Is that going to drive prices up further?
Potentially. And see, not everyone will come to market because we've seen this in the past markets where people are saying, well, yes, I can sell my house and I'll get a really good price for it. But once I sell mine and I'm out of the market, I need to buy something else. So I'll sell mine for a lot of money, but then I'll pay a lot of money for someone else's. Yeah. So a lot of people have chosen to stay put. A lot of people have renovated and added improvements to the property for their own comfort. So, if you'd always wanted that in-ground pool, you're now thinking, well, my house is worth probably $200,000 to $300,000 more than it used to be. I now feel comfortable spending, $70,000 to $100,000 on a beautiful pool, an outdoor entertainment area. So a lot of people are staying put. But again, the story for first home buyers is, and I say this every single time we have this podcast, when is the best time to buy? It's right now, because we know what the price point is today. I don't know what it will be in 30, 60 or 90 days, but we can only assume it will be higher. Yeah. So if you buy today, you will gain equity by doing nothing. Remember what we said? Last year, house price went up 15%. If you bought a $700,000 house, you gained $100,000 of equity in 1 year for doing nothing except buying the house. Yeah. Now, for normal people, and that's 99% of us, how long would it take you to save $100,000?
A long time.
It's a long time. It's a long time.
Yeah.
Let's face it. So therefore, if you have the capacity and you've saved the deposit, you've got your pre-approval in place, buy today. Yeah. You know what the price is today, and it's only going to get dearer.
Right.
All right? So that's my advice to a first home owner, buy today. So it's up to you. You're watching this, buy today. Take my advice, because in 3 months' time you'll be complaining, maybe that house that I could have afforded 3 months ago is now out of my reach. Yeah. So buy today.
Okay. Good advice. All right. So we've talked about the buying and selling market. What's the rental space looking like at the moment?
Yep. Vacancy rates are still very, very low. Here at NGU Real Estate, we manage in this particular office, we manage about 700 rental properties. Across all of our offices, we're managing close to 1,500 investment properties. So we get to see what the market is doing. very, very quickly. So if there is any adjustments up or down, we see it much quicker than, say, an office that has 50 to 100 property managements, just based on scale. Same as our sales. If there's going to be upwards or downwards pressure, we see it quicker than everyone else. But in today's market, very low vacancy rates. Our property management team and our business development manager, Cassandra Jeffs, in January, I think she put on 6 new managements, according to my hand. 6 new managements. I looked very closely for 2 things. We rented out only 8 properties in January, but it's not uncommon because obviously people have had that Christmas, New Year break, and then they start moving again after Christmas and New Year. Obviously trying to get settled before kids get back to school. Yeah. So only 8 properties rented in January, but you'll see that pick up significantly when you watch next month's podcast of Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, so are we still seeing people, a high number of people applying for those rental properties that are available because the stock levels are so low?
Look, it's not too bad. And we've said this a lot in the past, it's not the franticness that it was probably even 12 months ago. So it's much more, I guess, like a better pace.
Yeah.
Like there's not quite as much competition. There's still definitely competition. It's not like you can just walk in and rent any house you like. But if you're a quality tenant, you've got a good rental history, you pay your bills and on time, and you don't damage your property, you'll always get a house.
Yeah.
There's always something out there for those good people.
Okay.
If you do the wrong thing, it's hard to get a rental.
Yeah.
So do the right thing.
Don't give you extra work to do.
No. So overall, sales, rentals, the market is incredibly strong. We're so fortunate to be here in Ipswich. For the people of Ipswich, we've all obviously lived here for a very long time. I wasn't born in Ipswich. I came here when I was about 15 years old, but I call Ipswich my home.
Yeah.
Ipswich has been incredibly kind to me as a person and as a business owner. And for all the people out there who do call Ipswich home, what a great place to live.
Absolutely. We've seen record numbers in people coming here to live.
Yeah, correct.
Because it is a great place. We've got all the infrastructure that we need.
And we're getting more. And that's the exciting part. We're actually getting more and more infrastructure. So people see it as a great place to live, a great place to invest, a great place for their kids to grow up and to go to school and to have jobs here.
Yeah.
So we're starting now to, import. People are coming here for work because there's enough growth in this industry.
Yeah.
So very, very exciting times for Ipswich, and January 2025 is just the precursor of what you're going to see for the whole of 2025.
Wow.
Exciting times.
Stay tuned because we're going to find out more in the coming months.
Exactly true. Now, thank you, Kira College from River 949 for joining us today. For everyone else out there, coming and welcoming you to our new podcast, Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast. If you like what you've seen, if you've got any comments on what we've talked about today, please respond to the link below. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Steve Athanades. I'm the owner of NGU Real Estate. I look forward to seeing you at the next edition of Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast.